During last month's Community Redraw, I decided to split it into two parts, where usually I'd put a part 1 followed by a part 2, at least the week after. This time I decided to span it out to the end of the month. Not only did this allow for a little bit of extra time to do the artwork during a busy period of Christmas, it also allowed me to do everyone's submissions. So there's going to be another 4 submissions in today's episode. Let's bring these illustrations to life.
Krampus, where has that poor excuse for Father Christmas reject gone again?
Yes, Master.
What is this?
It's a Christmas tree.
I know that. What is it doing here?
Well, it's where the next recruit is. One that I think you can use to gather information, my liege.
What do you mean, new recruit? Krampus, have you finally lost your twisted marbles?
Perhaps this will help.
Awaken. I see. Those baubles are actually demons. That's potentially useful for those fools when they celebrate. Be sure to get these things to the moniker, so we can confirm how those imbeciles are trying to stop my plans. Not that they can.
I will get on it right away, but won't this only give you a limited time to get information, my liege?
There's no need to worry about that. I have a few ideas. Perhaps one of the other recruits could be useful. But for now, tell me a bit more about these small demons.
Of course. These bats like to eat Christmas pudding, but will try anything. I've increased their hunger with my magic, and if you desire, they can feast on the humans in the Department of Multiversal Matters once their task is done.
Tempting, but hold off on that one. I want them to act as spies. Perhaps let them be able to move freely after blending with the environments around them. Knowing those human fools, there'll be many places these demon bats can blend in during this time of Christmas.
As you wish. Will that be all?
No. Use your magic. Make multiple of these bats. I want to get as much information as possible from those fools. Perhaps there'll be something we can use. Either way, they are unaware of the chaos awaiting them.
Yes, sire. I'll get onto it as soon as we finish here. There are a few more recruits to brief you about.
What do you have next? Something else as small as those demon bats?
This time with a version of SCP-1993, a kind of skeleton spider monster based on a human Christmas film. I believe it was The Nightmare Before Christmas, where a skeleton wanted to bring Christmas to his dark Halloween dimension.
How sickening. Only a human could come up with a concept as vulgar as that. But doesn't this one look a bit... well, it doesn't look scary. I would have assumed that this one would look more menacing.
My lord, that is a part of its charm, and the best part about this demon's abilities. The rather simple and non-threatening look helps it prey on those as they lower their guard. I can assure you, it's rather deadly to the majority of humans it encounters. This one also has the ability to detach the orange creature of its back, which can prey on the smaller humans who like things that are strange and cute. That's when it shows its true colours, by opening its mouth wide and swallowing its prey whole.
Perfect. This one will be useful on the front lines. I expect that humans will be at this one's mercy. As it's a spider-type creature, can it drain the life force from its prey, or trap them in webs, or something sinister like that?
Indeed, however, this creature's strength is amplified during Hallows Eve, or in a Halloween-based dimension, making him far more powerful than its agents from the Department of Multiversal Matters elite teams.
Use your magic to give him the ability to cast his own dark domain of Halloween. Around him for a span of 5 meters should do it. That way we can make sure he can battle at full power.
Of course, my liege. However, this will mean that I'll need to wait for the full moon when I can use the other Krampus to amplify my powers. Then the domain can be in full strength for several months before reinforcing it.
Perfect. That can be useful, but that flaw shall stay between you and me. But for now, keep this SCP creature stored away until the full moon in a few days. Then you can make it a worthy recruit for my army.
Shall we move on to the next recruit, sire? This one is a bit of a unique case, but a power that you may find useful, perhaps more than others.
You've piqued my intrigue. Tell me about this recruit you mentioned.
Yes, this one goes by the name Twinkles, a rather disgruntled elf where, in his dimension, all elves have a
what? Spit it out.
Well, an inferiority complex.
And why did you think something with an inferiority complex would make a fitting recruit?
Let me explain. In his dimension, the view of elves amongst the humans is that of tall, handsome beings, and not the small, short and stumpy reality. This gave all the elves a complex, where they would get plastic surgery and use other such means to look handsome, altering their own bodies, a rather delightfully twisted effect from the humans on the elves. There was one elf who had a different view. He wore shoes that were high platforms to increase his height, the highest platforms in history. He put a mask of one of the elves portrayed by the humans in films on his face. Despite not being able to see through it, the mask seems to have some kind of power, making his words seem charismatic and his mannerisms elegant in the eyes of those watching his movements.
And how is that power one I will find useful, other than to impress or seduce those around me? Even so, fear is a much more powerful and useful tool than this.
This is not his power, but this is a part of a passive power which acts as a distraction from seeing his real power take effect.
His real power? Krampus, you have a way of piquing my interest. Very well, go on.
Thank you, sire. His real power is the ability to slow things down around him. He can create a slow motion field. This allows him to enter places otherwise impossible and to get an advantage against those he encounters.
His power is something he can use against me. Is he controllable?
I have managed to tweak his powers so that they're far less effective on you, and he can't ignore his orders or turn on you as part of my spell.
Excellent. He can take those bats to Demonica and have Twinkles scout out the Department of Multiversal Matters while he's there. Those fools won't be able to see him or know he's there until it's too late.
There's one more recruit, sire. Would you like me to tell you about this final member?
Very well. What do you have to finish off this briefing, Krampus?
This one may look like a simple dinosaur, but in fact has a few abilities you might find useful. Of course, all are enhanced by my powers and spell. This creature is known as the Terraclaw, a kind of Grinch and mistletoe hybrid. It can manipulate plants around it, leading to a rather useful and devastating ability now I've increased its power and range. Those in a 30-meter radius will be subject to its wrath.
Sounds promising, but what else can this one do?
Well, sire, this one has stealth abilities and can perform a move known as perfect robbery. It can steal anything it wishes within 5 meters of a target. As long as it's a shiny object, this creature will want to steal it. The only other thing about this creature, my lord, is its size.
It's a dinosaur. Surely it's at least the size of a human, and can rip them limb from limb if I so desire.
It could in numbers, sire, but this creature is 6 inches tall and 7 inches in length.
It's what? It can't be of any use, can it?
Don't let its size fool you, sire. Remember, it can use extreme stealth and steal any item regardless of size. If we send it into the Department of Multiversal Matters, it can get any piece of technology you want or information you require. Perfect, to ensure those fools don't see you hit them until they realise that they are defenceless and at your mercy.
You have a point there, Krampus. How many of these can you recruit or create?
Currently 100 would be the limit, sire. However, it would mean pushing back the domain for SCP-1993 by a month to the following full moon. If this doesn't impact your plans and you wish me to proceed,
do it. The value of these Terraclaws far outweighs the ability of the domain for that SCP creature. I can put my plans back for the moment to ensure we increase our power and take away from those fools all hope they have.
Okay, a bit of a shameless plug. If you like the artwork on the channel, why not join Patreon for just £5 a month, where you can get all the artwork from the videos along with inks. They normally come out a day before or on the day of a video. Alternatively, you could be a member on the channel. There's 2 tiers, and you get access to the artwork, members only posts, and the stylish emojis and badges that can be used in the comments. I'm really pleased with how the artwork for this one came out, and I hope you are as well. I really enjoyed putting everyone's submissions into a community redraw. It's been a while since I've been able to do every submission that's been submitted. With that said, as always, a special thank you to those who submitted. So we have the Christmas Tree Bat by Tegan, SCP-1993 by Kale Mullins, we have Twinkles by Sharzin, and we have the Terraclaw by Space Raptors Infinite. On that note, here's a recap for the redraw theme for January 2024, and that is to design your own fake one. List its name, its abilities, what type it is, any pronunciation on the name phonetically to say it would be really good. Don't forget to include a headshot and a full body shot, and the submission deadline for that is January the 19th. You can submit by sending your submissions to redraws@DempseyJillustrations.co.uk or via the Discord in the Redraw Submissions channel, details of which are on screen. And I'm super excited to see what you come up with. Now, just quickly, there will be a new series starting on the channel in January at some point, probably near late January. I'll be doing it monthly, and it's where I'll take your OC designs, so your original characters, and I'm going to redraw them in my style. It will be a straight redraw, there probably won't be any twists to it, and I'm not sure if I'll just do a portrait of the character in my style or in a style I'm trying to learn. And if you want to take part in that, leave a post of your artwork on Instagram with the hashtag DempseyJ DrawMyOC. I'll be looking at this about mid-January, and I'll be selecting a couple of them to turn into a video on the channel. Hopefully this will be a new series, and we'll see how it gets on. With that said, I hope you all have a fantastic new year, and I'll see you all for the first video of 2024, which will be My Hero Academia's Kaiju Part 2.